Welcome back, folks. Now let's replay Z. And when last we left off, this tank is moving over to here, and you really should stay away from there if you can. Too late, you can't. Gonna move the tank over to here, and look at what gun that is. It's a gun over here, and the game is going to tell us, hey, you're in serious trouble as people are in your main territory and they're going to try and destroy everything. We really don't need to worry about that, though. We may need to worry about this combat, though. No, we don't really need to worry about that combat. That combat is a non-event. We're going to take this territory up here, and keep our eyes open for any units. We have this unit of grunts here. They'll certainly be useful. You just go up there, you go up here. We have some pyros that we can move, and we have some toughs that we definitely should send over to here to get that territory. We also should... Ooh, you actually fixed this at some point. You really shouldn't have done that. And you're reconsidering going in that direction. That is a good idea. Just going to stay there, are you? That's not going to be that good for you, because I outrange you substantially. And one more hit should do it. You didn't even get a single shot off, and that should trigger the cranes to move over here and start repairing that. We'll then destroy the cranes as they do that. We want to move over to here, definitely. There goes one crane, right on schedule. And you're going to be destroyed, and there are some toughs. You want to deal with these toughs as quickly as possible. Getting rid of the crane and the bridge means that if any enemies want to get over to here, they have to take the long and slow route around. That's good for us. We have a vehicle, and that is another medium tank. And here comes the second crane. And it didn't take that long to repair the bridge. I think it was already partially repaired. Well, it's about to be completely destroyed in a moment. And we lost a territory. Was that a... That was a unit sneakily going over there. Well, we can deal with that, can't we? We have an entire unit of lasers, and we have a gun. That's a Gatling gun. I suppose we can put it here? That was what they were manufacturing just before we took this territory. We'll get some pyros there instead. We'll quickly take this back, and I've no idea why you're deciding to go this way. You're a single tough. I doubt you have much of a chance. I know, game. We're in serious trouble. One tough thinks that they're tough enough, and they're really not. We have way too many units here as it is. What's going on here? Not a lot is the answer. Not a whole lot, and we're now holding that, which is good. We can move you over to here. The territory where the fort is for the opponent has a lot of space in the back where you can position units ready to combat. That was not very dangerous combat at all. In fact, you're just going to keep moving forward and grab that territory as well. We're not so worried about this one. We could destroy this again now that all of their cranes are gone. Pretty good idea. Oh wow, we have a lot of lasers here. We actually have a lot more units than I thought we did. And by a lot more units, I mean we have 25 and the opponent has 9. Is that that's a unit of psychos. That Jeep actually can't take care of them, so we'll send the medium tank instead. We're under attack, and that didn't take that long. Probably wasn't a very dangerous foe. The opponent has got to the point where they are... oh, that could actually be bad. But fortunately, they're not really focusing on taking out the medium tank. Over here, meanwhile, the slow and steady advance of that heavy tank is ensuring that we're going to get this territory and then this territory. We're very nearly done with this level. I remember this world being a lot more tricky than it actually is. Probably because I wasn't as good at picking my fights as opposed to... Ooh, that was a good drop there of the remnant of that turret. And pretty soon there won't be you either. I'm sorry, but heavy tanks are just really useful. You're still going to have that one, however. Not much we're going to be able to do there unless we send a unit of lasers over there. We could. We do have a few lasers here just standing around. Let's do that, shall we? Soon we'll have this one. We have another tank. We could actually repair this ourselves, but we're not going to. We're not going to because it's not a good idea. Having all of our tanks crammed together on that bridge with the 2 howitzers there, it's a recipe for disaster. Just go over there and see what you can do about taking that. We are manufacturing units way too quickly now to keep on top of them, so we're just going to move them all over to here. That was a light tank, that's fine. We'll get a heavy tank over there in a mere 3 minutes and 11 seconds, and that is not bad at all. There's combat going on somewhere. That is against the Gatling gun, and the Gatling gun won. You got a little bit too close and there were only 2 of you. Now we want to, not psychos, though they would be pretty good at taking out that Gatling turret. We'll get some lasers over there, shall we? Just to deal with that. And where is that crane of mine? The crane is probably... Where is the crane? Ah, yes. There are 2 heavy tanks over here. I keep forgetting that heavy tanks are over there. But actually, the yes was about the fact that the crane is over here, and I never got this fixed. When you have an advantage, my does the game remind you of it constantly. Hey, here's a thing you can build, here's another thing you can build, here are more things that you can build, and then you build all of the things that you could possibly ever build. Forever. Pyros might actually be pretty good at taking care of that turret. There we go. There is one more level to this world. All the worlds have 4 levels, and the 4th level of the jungle world introduces the final vehicle in the game. There is one more, and it is very powerful indeed. Also, it's very slow. You're under attack indeed, but you should be able to take out, yep, that there, which means we now have every single territory that we can possibly get. Which means we're going to be manufacturing things ridiculously quickly now, and we really should be finishing off this battle, which we will be. We just need to deal with these turrets, and we'll do so right now. Off you go! 4 medium tanks, 1 light tank, and units of infantry. I'm sure you'll be able to manage it. We might actually send the crane to go fix that bridge now. Now, dealing with the howitzers, we have a sheer number of tanks that will overwhelm the howitzers. They can only fire so fast after all. But once we've done this, we do need to back up because we don't have a good angle for taking out the final one. Lasers, though, they shouldn't be too bad at taking out some of them. The Gatling turret at the very least. We also have this unit of pyros here. They're probably not going to manage. Where is that crane going? The crane's over here. Probably should go fix this up. This is going to be a very short encounter, especially with that howitzer there. Let's just send all the tanks over here, shall we? And mop up these final 2 units. Infantry really aren't that good against howitzers. They are really slow, and they easily get distracted by other turrets. First, we'll deal with this one. We'll get the light tank actually to go a little bit further ahead. And that is actually not a bad distraction that the infantry unit is giving. We're going to save before we move on because I've been having a few difficulties getting to the later levels with them crashing out after doing some of the cutscenes. So we'll just deal with this. Victory is ours! And not too slowly either. Oh, poor infantry unit, you tried. Next level.
See, I told you this should be a nice little holiday for us.
Great. Shame it's so goddamn noisy.
Hey, as long as we're out of danger, who cares? Enjoy! Yeah, me too. You two, get your lard asses into gear and get that ship mobilized. This sector is secured. All enemy units have been eliminated. Wow, a total wipeout. Cool.
Not bad at all. Warlord ranking, let's go to the final level of the jungle world.
Get us out of here. I'm starting to rust.
Up and away! Hey, is that an orangutan?
Autopilot landing
Level 16 Light Brigade is the final level of the jungle world, and it is one of the hardest, and we need to move quickly if we're going to gain any advantage here. You'll notice that there is 5 layers of territories, and we want to get at least the 2 layers that are ours, and as many of the other ones as we can. The toughs are going to go over here, and I'm not sure where that medium tank is going to go, but for the time being, I'm going to head in this direction with our medium tank. We also need to make sure that the heavy tank survives in the middle, because this is where the opponents send their heavy tank. Also, you'll notice that we only have 3 territories, and they have already got lots of them. Here is a 5-star vehicle factory, allowing us to manufacture the most powerful and slowest vehicle in the game. Right, you're going to go down there and grab that. We also need to very quickly start manufacturing toughs here and pay close attention to what's going to go on here, because our heavy tank is going to deal with their heavy tank, and we do not want to lose here. Right, we want lasers here, and we want to focus on this here. This fight is going to decide if we win or if we lose, and what may help us here is that our turrets are currently in sync, so if we do that, we gain an advantage, a small advantage, and we have won. And we've barely taken any damage, which is amazing. We have combat going on here, medium tank versus medium tank, and that went really well for us. Fantastically well, which means that we have this territory as well. Brilliant. Let's quickly grab the medium tank here, and that is not bad. We have some snipers over here that we can use to grab this territory as well. We're doing really well here, and I'm really worried that it's going to turn really bad for us really quickly. That tends to be what happens. Like you, for instance, trying to be very sneaky. Don't be sneaky.
No problem.
You're going to be sneaky, but fortunately, we have some grunts here about to be manufactured. The grunts should be able to slow down at the very least the
No problem.
Ooh, that's a unit of psychos there. You're going to very quickly try and grab that, and I don't want that to happen. Now, we lost that territory to a single unit. We don't want to actually lose this territory, so we'll just deal with that. And here come lots and lots of... get that, and we unfortunately did not get the unit that was being made there, which is unfortunate. We've also lost this territory to a very sneaky unit, which is kind of bad because we had toughs being manufactured there. And we really don't want to have toughs appear right in front of our base, but that's probably what's going to happen. You're going to lose there. You're going to hopefully lose here, and you did. Good. You're going to quickly grab that. Was it fast enough? No, it wasn't. It really wasn't fast enough, which means we have a unit of toughs behind enemy lines. And they're probably going to deal a lot of damage. Bye-bye, one turret. I really wanted to keep that turret, but unfortunately, we can't always get what we want. We have grunts, which really wasn't what I wanted, but we'll do with them what we can. We should, in the meantime, move these units up, and the heavy tank is in a bit of bother. Not grunts! Oh no! There is admittedly one tough there as well, and the other tough too. You're a little late. Speaking of being a little late, that Jeep was a little late in that fight, and I was a little late in paying attention to it. We want to get medium tanks here for sure, because they're getting medium tanks ready. And we want to get a lot of units ready to defend in this direction. A lot of them. Because we may have been okay so far. We're not going to be okay for much longer. That said, we didn't do too badly in that encounter. Maybe all of these grunts can provide a great distraction. They actually think they might be able to win. That is moderately impressive. That they're so brave, because they really are not going to win, but they could cause a brilliant... Whoa! They could be a brilliant distraction. We have a medium tank. The medium tank is going over here. We're doing really well here.
Let's get 'em.
Normally I tend to lose against the heavy tank in the middle, and then it all goes wrong from there. I lose the left-hand side of the map, and then I lose the right-hand side, and then very quickly afterwards I just lose completely.
Yes, sir.
Heavy tank's in trouble? Not really. The heavy tank will be able to stay there forever, most likely.
Yes, sir.
There's a medium
We're on
tank
our
to
way.
secure that side of the map. There is a howitzer there I have to worry about. And there's also an encounter here with some snipers. We need to do what we can here. We're not going to be able to do very much, but the psychos may be able to. I don't actually think there are any psychos there, are there?
Yes, sir.
There probably aren't. Which means that you're going to go over here and take this territory, and I don't want you to do that unless you decide just to go down. You're just going down. You really shouldn't be doing that, you know. That's really not going to help
Yes,
you
sir.
out. But if you want
Let's
to,
do it.
that's what you want to do. You want to take
Unit
this
reporting.
territory and take out this
Going in.
gun here.
Vehicle manufactured.
You're going to as well, unless I
do
can
it.
stop you,
Unit
and I couldn't
reporting.
stop you. But I can stop you from taking the territory at the very least. That vehicle that was manufactured, by the way,
Pyro's reporting.
that vehicle.
Here we go. Yes, sir.
Welcome,
You got it.
folks, to the most powerful vehicle
Unit
in the
reporting.
game, the mobile
problem.
missile
Unit reporting.
vehicle. Also, we have a heavy tank here to bolster up here. The mobile missile vehicle is the slowest unit in the game with a speed of 1. It has an armor of 10, which puts it on par with the crane and the heavy tank, a range of 8, which means it outranges the heavy tank and is the longest ranged vehicle in the game, a damage of 10, which is the highest damage in the game, and a fire rate of 2. The
Yes,
only
sir.
unit that fires slower is the
Moving in.
howitzer.
Robot manufactured.
It has a cost of 20, and I forgot to mention that the crane has a cost of
Lasers
5.
reporting.
We're doing pretty well in this level.
right.
Securing the central part is critical, and securing this part is also very important.
Gun capture. Okay.
And we're going to very carefully move forward in time.
Unit- Oh my
For when we
God!
come back, folks, we are
Unit
far
reporting.
from done with this level, as you can
No
see.
problem.
Far from done with it. In fact, we're going to move
Unit
this
reporting.
very slow vehicle over to here.
You got it.
And
Yes,
that
sir.
Jeep
Let's
may
get
be
'em.
the bane
Yes,
of
sir.
this tank. Because Jeeps move really quickly, and never mind. You're going to go over here and get fixed
now.
while we send the
Vehicle
very slow
manufactured.
mobile missile vehicle
Yes, sir.
to defend that critical
We're on our
part
way.
of the map. And when we come back, folks, hopefully we'll be able to finish off the jungle world and then move on quite briskly to the last and most difficult world in the game. It's a very difficult world. Everything that you have learned in these
Yes, sir.
levels
Here we go.
has to be used very well in the final world. Otherwise, you will get overwhelmed and you will lose.
Unit
And
reporting.
there is a territory here that I can
Moving
just
in.
grab. So you know what? We're just going to grab
Yes,
it.
sir.
Probably
No
not in
problem.
time to stop that unit from being manufactured, but we'll grab it anyway. And I'll catch you next time,
Vehicle
folks, and I'll see you
Unit
then.
reporting.
Later. More tanks! Can't say no to that. Well, I could, but I
Here we
shouldn't.
go.
Later.